She said it like she was ordering dessert. I'm pregnant. And it's not yours. The knife in my hand paused over the steak, suspended in midair. Her words didn't carry heat or guilt, they landed flat. Practiced. Then she slid the papers across the table. Divorce. House. Alimony. Her eyes didn't flinch. She wanted me broken, reduced. I set the knife down carefully, reached into my briefcase. The folder was heavier than it looked. Thick, deliberate, months of ink and secrets pressed into its spine. I placed it in front of her. "Congratulations," I said, voice steady. "This is a complete report from the private investigator I hired. It details your affair, your hidden assets, and your plan to defraud me." Her face shifted, barely. A twitch in the corner of her mouth. Not shame, fear. For the first time in years, I felt something close to control. The first night I suspected her was quiet. Too quiet. She claimed to be at a friend's, but the silence between her words told me more than the words themselves. Distance has a texture. Hers was thick, rehearsed, like a curtain held in place. When she came home, she smelled of wine she never drank, and laughter that didn't belong to me. I pretended not to notice. Pretending gave me time. The next month, another trip, a missing weekend, a late return with excuses tied in neat bows. I told myself I was paranoid, that maybe marriage rots from within, that maybe distance grows naturally like mold. But something darker pulsed beneath. Infidelity isn't sudden, it leaks, drips. You learn to feel it in the way someone doesn't look at you anymore, the way their phone never faces up, the way your bed smells faintly wrong. I didn't scream, I didn't accuse, I hired someone, a man who worked quietly, without sympathy, and I waited. The reports came in slowly, flight records, hotel receipts, photos blurred by distance but sharp enough to wound, her hand in another man's, her lips on his, her laughter, unguarded, unrecognizable, captured through a lens. I read them alone, nights when she lay beside me, her breathing slow, steady, practiced. The house we built together had become a theater. She was the actress, and I the audience forced to clap. Inside, I cataloged each detail, each betrayal, every dollar siphoned into hidden accounts, every fake smile, every lie. On the outside, I kissed her cheek, told her good night. The game was patience, rage was too loud, control was quieter, and control wins. The final report was a masterpiece of destruction. Bank accounts, offshore holdings, property in her name I'd never seen, a blueprint of her escape, and a baby, not mine. The ultimate insult written in her body. She thought she was the predator, that I was too blind, too loyal to notice the cage closing around me. But I'd been watching, counting, documenting. So when she slid those papers across the table tonight, I felt no panic, no despair, only stillness. I gave her the folder. She opened it with shaking hands, flipping pages faster and faster, her eyes wide, throat tight. Her mouth parted, searching for denial, for oxygen. But truth is suffocating when you've run out of lies. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. She looked at me then, really looked, as though she'd never seen me before. "You? How long?" she whispered. "Long enough." The silence that followed wasn't empty. It was full. Full of everything she had built collapsing around her. I leaned forward slightly, calm, calculated. You wanted the house, the money, the sympathy of the courts. But what you'll get is exposure, fraud, perjury, and nothing. Her face cracked, splintered. The woman who once owned every inch of me sat powerless in her own skin. I didn't smile, I didn't gloat. I simply stood, gathered my briefcase, and left her sitting in the ruins of her plan. I drove aimlessly for an hour. The night was clean, empty. My chest, too. There were no tears, no mourning. What she destroyed wasn't love, it was the illusion of it. And illusions deserve no grief. People think betrayal burns, but they're wrong. Betrayal freezes. It leaves you sharp, focused, untouchable. By the time I returned home, she was still at the table. Papers scattered, face pale, eyes hollow. She opened her mouth to speak. I walked past her without a word. Because the cruelest punishment isn't shouting or vengeance, it's silence. And silence, I knew, would follow her forever.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.